Welcome to Born a Hawkeye. My name's Corey. I will be breaking down the insanity of this month, I guess. Here we go, and it's revealed that Google VP told employees to stop using the word family after staff complained the term was offensive, homophobic, and excluded unmarried people without children, animals, or those with multiple trans feminine partners. So now the term family is being attacked. Why? Oh, I don't know. They've wanted to break the family apart. Why do you think they're going after the young boys and trying to turn them into females with cross-dresser kids stripping in male joints with guys throwing dollar bills at them? Why do you think Desmond is amazing? Is stripping at a joint, getting dollar bills thrown at him, and he's also on other media platforms like RuPaul's Drag Show with people who have murdered people before. They get out of jail and years later they want to do a scene with a kid on RuPaul's Drag Show. Yeah, they murdered their friend, if you can call him that. Whatever. So, let's figure out what the anti-family agenda is today. The anti-male. Kids. Oh, they love kids so much. It's so cute. No president since Lincoln has been treated worse by media. Trump comes out fighting after Mueller sensationally denounces inaccurate BuzzFeed story that claimed POTUS told Cohen to lie to Congress, which they came out and said was a lie. They lied completely to your faces, and people will still eat it up and believe it. Wow. Okay. Google had to rethink the word family in March 2017 when a staff member complained. It's been revealed. Employees at California headquarters said the term was offensive, inappropriate, homophobic, and wrong. Simply wrong. You cannot have a family in 2019, 2018, 2017, or 2016. You know, once they start rolling the Marxist agenda out in the open, when they're actually, the Marxist agenda has been, I'm going to do a video on that. KGB operative said everything that was about to happen in the 80s. I'm going to do my next video on that. He said it, and he said it would take 15 years to implement if you put it in your schools, because 15 years teaching the population would be the next generation of people who eventually would be in power. These people go through the schools, they get indoctrinated, and they're in power. They're in places of power. Approximately 100 people seem to agree with the internal thread from someone who stormed out offended meeting 2 years ago. The person said the word family, quote unquote, like there is such thing as a family, it's quote unquote, family, is equal to having children in Google. Stop the use of that in context. Wait, hold on. The person said the word family is not equal to having children, and Google should stop the use of that in context. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Sorry for my curse words. That just made no sense. Various employees said they referred to animals, spouses, boyfriends, parents, and multiple trans feminine partners as their family. It was also said not all children have families, so the words aren't really interchangeable. VP, not going to pronounce that. It's all right. VP diverse told staff to be more conscientious about referring to family. Just be more conscientious about referring to family, because family is a word that we don't want to use. We don't like using male, strong male. Gillette doesn't like using strong male. The best a man can get. It used to be all about males, and not anymore. No, they want to break the males down. They want to take the females apart from their spouses. They want government to be the daddy. They want you to be on WIC. They want you to be on food stamps. They want control. And they're losing the black community. After Kanye came out, they had like 25% more support for Trump. After that, they're like, fudge. What are we gonna do? We got to do something. Shoot, caravan sounds good. Yeah, then we can rush the border. like they're not already doing. These caravans have been happening. It's unfortunate that nobody even talks about this. These things have happened. None of this is new. They've been doing these things. Nobody has ever talked about it, though. And like I've said in other videos, Obama was not a deporter in chief. Deportation is not handcuffing the Border Patrol agents' arms to the tables of their offices and telling them to not deport, because basically the deportations that were counted under Obama were deportations. They were importations. They went right into the inland of our communities, mainly in Missouri, Kentucky, Iowa, the Midwest. They gave them bus tickets. That's not a deportation. So you cannot say that Obama... I love how they use that as their argument. Look at the facts and look at the statistics. They were sent straight into our communities. Google is forced to backtrack on its use of the word family after staff at its California headquarters was kicked off because the term was used in context of having children, has been revealed. The tech giant experienced a backlash from its own employees in March 2017 after a presentation about the product aimed at young people seemed to replace the term word family, leaving out various groups. Oh no, you can't leave out various groups. You either have a family or you don't. There's nothing offensive about it. If you can't have a family, then you can't have a family. If you choose a lifestyle where you can't have a family, whose fault is that? That's your own fault. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. What's this advertisement? The story of a dream passing on AARP. Oh, okay. Far-right publication. Far-right publication. Nice. Daily Color News claimed on Wednesday to have viewed internal communications from an insider in Mountain View, where one employee stormed out of a meeting and called the company's poor choice of wording offensive, inappropriate, it's homophobic, and it's wrong, in the exact terms and wording. According to the website, approximately 100 people in Silicon Valley showed they agreed with the person's views by upvoting a statement they posted to the community's board. This is diminishing and disrespectful way to speak. You do not talk about families. Family is horrible. It's what created America. It's what holds the backbone of America. We have to destroy it. Planned Parenthood, kill your kids. If you mean children, say children. We have a perfect word for it, family-friendly. Used as a synonym for kid-friendly means, to me, you and yours do not count as family unless you have children. The employee is said to have written, and while kids may often be less aware of it, there are kids without families too, you know. Yeah, no shit, it's unfortunate for them. The member of staff explained further that while their intention was not to completely obliterate the word at Google headquarters, it showed to be used when specifically referring to parents. Google employees added that it conjures up reminders of organizations that use the word family to suggest anyone who isn't heterosexual may not be included. Propaganda. Ridiculous propaganda. Have you ever heard of heterosexual people that actually have to adopt kids because they can't have kids so they can create a family? Have you ever heard of me, a single person? I live with my sister. That's my family right now. You must not have. Family. See, they're trying to break the bonds between humans. That's what it is. You start demoralizing people. You start censoring people. And it goes off on different routes now. Now they want to teach your kids how to... Look at my other video about how they want to teach your kids. They want to sexualize your kids from 1 to 5 years old. The Huffington Post, they want your kids to please themselves. From 1 to 5 years old, they want to get rid of families. And they want to bring in this Marxist socialist agenda. It's completely on the board right now. It's like the school teachers writing it in chalk. Everybody can see it besides the blind. It's like you're asleep in class and everybody else is looking. and the teacher's warning you the world is about to end. You're just asleep. You won't know what happens till you wake up. That's what it is. The member of staff explained further that while their intention was not to completely obliterate the word at Google headquarters, it should be used when specifically referring to parents. No, a family is a family, just like a crime mob syndicate. A family is anybody that's connected. Parents. Is the mafia bosses, when they call themselves family, those are their parents? No, I don't think so. Google employees added that it conjures up reminders of organizations that use the word family to suggest anyone who isn't heterosexual may not be included. The use of family as a synonym for with children has long-standing association with deep homophobic organizations, the person continued. This does not mean we should not use the word family to refer to families, but it does mean we dodgily insist that family does not imply children. So they're trying to change words now. Even the sense suitable for the whole family, which you think is unobjectable, is totally wrong too. It only works if we have advanced shared conception of what the whole family is, and that is almost always used to mean a household with two adults of opposite sexes in a romantic or sexual relationship with two or more children. That's not necessarily what a family means. A family can mean what I grew up with before I had any sexual relationships. It could mean my family. Is there something wrong with having a family? Is there something wrong with that? I'm not getting it. I don't. I love how they're trying to make everything, like they come out with this Gillette commercial. Gillette, a shaving company. The best a man can get. Like in the 90s growing up, you hear the shaving company. It's like all manly. And then a woman creates a Gillette commercial, and the white dudes are just horribly wrong. They're like molesting women, and white dudes are bad in the whole commercial. What did they have to do? They had to start deleting the downvotes on the YouTube video because it got like 1 million downvotes within a day. You can go and refresh the page right now. I did it myself. My downvote was deleted. Any negative views or comments on the YouTube channel is deleted. They're deleting it. Why? Because they want to demoralize family. They want to demoralize men. They want to turn your little boys into cross-dressing hookers. And that's just facts. That's what they're doing. They want to make that seem normal. That's not normal. There's nothing normal about it. Go to the page, put a downvote on it, put a comment on it, and see for yourself. High Impact Flicks did it. Go watch High Impact Flicks' video. He disliked it 3 different times, and they deleted it every single time, and he refreshed the pages. They're deleting dislikes now because the propaganda that they're pushing on us, it's disgusting, and nobody likes it. They have to make it look like people don't hate it so much, don't they? So, preempting an explanation to the presentation was simply identifying everyone that the writer pointed out the product was children unlikely to cater to adults, for example. They added such uses should come to a halt. If you mean that a synonym for suitable for all people, quote unquote, stop and notice the extraordinary unlikelihood of such a thought. So suitable for the whole family doesn't mean all people. It means all people in families, which either means that all those people aren't in families or something even worse. The rant continued. The word family to mean loving assemblage of people who may or may not live together and may or may not include people of any particular age. Stop using it to mean children. Alright, so I guess that's where it ends. Someone who wasn't in a heterosexual partnership explained to their definition of the word, which pointed at it should be linked to one household either. It shouldn't be linked to one household either. The person commented, my family consists of me and several other trans feminine folks, some of whom I'm dating. So you're dating more than one person. So now you're, okay. Okay, so now monogamy is not a thing anymore now, I guess, alright? So you should just be with more than one person, it's fine. Tell your kids to be trans. Tell your kids to be with more than one person. Family doesn't mean anything. Take the men out of the house. Put them on welfare. The government's your daddy. Okay, I get it. We're all supportive of each other and eventually aspire to live together. A married employee who noted she identified as female, same sex she was assigned at birth. I love how they had to mention that. Mentioned she used the word to refer to my husband, my parents, and my pets. Hold on one second. The uproar caused Google Vice President Diversity to chime in on the thread to vow a change to the way they operate. I realize what we said at TGIF may have caused concerns in the way we talked about families. I'm surprised they don't have that in quotes. There are families without kids too, and we also need to be more conscientious about the fact that there are diverse makeup of parents and families. Diversity wrote. Please help us get to a better state. Teach us how to talk about it in an inclusive way. If you ever hear inclusive or problematic, it's problematic. And it's leftist rhetoric, it's Marxism. If you ever hear the terms inclusive or problematic coming out of someone's mouth or in a journal, it's communist Marxist socialism. It's disgusting, and it's there to tear your family apart, which is why they quote unquote your family. Your family's in quotes because they don't believe in family. They don't believe in unification. If you believe we're not doing it well as a team, we have a very inclusive culture and want to do it in the right area. Yeah, well, your culture's not that popular. Sorry. You are the minority. Alright, guys. I love y'all. I'm really sad that I had to read through that. That was disgusting. They want to take your families apart. They want to take the men out of the house. They want to demoralize men. Gillette brands are now calling for mass immigration to take out white people. Because every single white person, there were like 32 white people in that advertisement that were all labeled as basically like a bad white guy who was like hitting on or like raping women. And then there were 2 colored people who always stepped in to save. So they're labeling the white people as, a problem, which is the majority of this country. They're labeling testosterone as a problem. Our testosterone has been cut in half. Sperm rates since the 70s have gone down by 30%. Nobody can have kids anymore. It's almost impossible to have kids. What are they doing? Is it the GMOs? I wonder. So they're taking away your family. They want to take the men away from the females, so the government's their daddy, and they're on food assistance and SNAP benefits. They love that because it's control, right? In the meantime, they're taking our gun laws away, and people are actually standing up for them in Pittsburgh. I saw the Pittsburgh March. I thought that was amazing. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about this. I love you guys so much. Born a Hawkeye. I'm out.